Let's talk about Donald Trump. He's vowed to give most Americans a $2,000 payment as a tariff dividend. Here is the president.
We're going to issue a dividend to our middle income people and lower income people of about $2,000.
John, it does appear as though Donald Trump is losing support over the economy. Plenty of people are certainly still struggling, and tariffs are controversial. But what do you make of this announcement?
Well, I'm not holding my breath waiting for a $2,000 check for a lot of reasons. One, I don't know that the numbers add up. Trump talks about trillions of dollars. He's including there all of the investment that other countries are promising to make in the United States. But of course, none of that has actually happened yet. The tariffs might bring in as much as $500 billion a year, but the case that was argued in the Supreme Court just a few days ago could put most of those tariffs out of business. People think it's likely that the Supreme Court may rule that most of Trump's tariffs are not, in fact, authorized by the legislation that Congress had passed. So I'm not so sure anybody is going to be seeing those $2,000 checks anytime soon.
Okay. Well, Nancy Pelosi has announced that she'll be stepping down at the next election. Her term ends in January 2027. And John, she's leaving Congress a very wealthy woman. The New York Post has reported that her and her husband made at least $130 million in stock profits over the course of her 37 years in Congress, which shows a staggering return of almost 17,000%, which is extraordinary, especially compared to the 2,300% for the Dow Jones over those years. What are your thoughts on Nancy Pelosi and how she's leaving Congress?
Well, what was striking to me about that is that she made so much of her money on option trading. Option trading, of course, is highly leveraged, creates a tremendous opportunity either to make or to lose a lot of money. And if you were engaging in insider trading, that would be the way to do it. Trade in options to maximize your returns. And of course, the federal government does many things that impact industries, that impact corporations. And as the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi was in a terrific position to know what the government was likely to do in the future, particularly because she was one of the people making those decisions. So if she decided to engage in option trading based on actions that she knew the federal government was likely to take, that is just unbelievably corrupt. I don't know whether she did that or not, but for many years, there has been a lot of suspicion over Nancy Pelosi's very lucky history as a stock trader.
Incredibly lucky indeed. Finally, before I let you go, Syria's president has met with US President Donald Trump at the White House for unprecedented talks after Washington removed him from a terrorism blacklist. Now, he previously had a $10 million bounty on his head, and now he's being treated as an ally after he's announced reforms. Now, he spoke with Fox News this morning.
In the last 60 years, Syria was isolated from the rest of the world, and there was a cutoff between the United States and Syria. And this is the first time a Syrian president visits the White House since the establishment of Syria in the 40s of the last century. And so after the fall of the former regime, Syria has entered into a new era, and this will build on a new strategy with the United States, especially with the United States.
John, there are plenty of concerns about this meeting due to his past connections with Al-Qaeda. What do you make of this? I suppose Trump is giving him a chance, seeing as he's announced reforms. What do you make of the meeting?
Well, international relations can make for strange bedfellows. I think the Trump administration is being realistic in recognizing the fact that this guy and his colleagues are now running the nation of Syria, which is an important country, and they have to deal with them. The other thing going on here, of course, is that Syria was Iran's most important ally. The Trump administration obviously would like to reorient Syria to ally itself with the West and not with Iran. So the fact that he used to be a terrorist obviously is an unpleasant reality, but it's one that the administration has to deal with.
John Hinderaker, Center of the American Experiment President, thank you so much for joining us on Power Hour. We really appreciate it.
Great to be with you.